Tell me, I heard, my grapevine says that you're making a lot of money.
See, in video games, you earn those tokens which you use to I perceive it like that. I don't have too fancy a lifestyle or anything. I'm in a very strong building phase right now. I know that, I'll tell you what, content creation, it's just going to grow in India if people play it right. But again, it may not be sustainable from a mental health perspective.
Yeah.
It drains you, even that whole angle of reinventing, keeping at it. There's tiny sacrifices involved that add up in the long term. Like I don't get enough family time. I don't get enough time for a social life. So I'm okay with it now because the gains are a lot. How long will I be truly okay with that lack of work-life balance? I don't know.
Somehow, even if you're the most secure person, there is a sense of self-worth or where you are and how you are and how you look and Maslow law of hierarchy में आप कहाँ हैं? वो social media makes you feel always bad. And the second thing is that you're always looking how much like, how much attention, how much feedback or whatever views I got. How do you be in the game and detach yourself from that?
It's possible after you create a lot of content. Then after a point, it just becomes very numbed out and becomes extremely mathematical. You know that if I create a video with these elements, it'll take off, my numbers will keep growing, etc., etc. But it takes time to get there. But I love my life. I have no complaints. You know, it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but it's not like that.
Yes.
With YouTube, you're selling your soul for the sake of growth, honestly. Okay, you're cutting off pieces of your soul and putting it online. So I have so much of myself online that I genuinely don't think I have any more to hide. And I'm very okay with that because I know even the bad stuff has been put on and I've made a fool of myself. I've said the wrong things. I've probably had wrong opinions and I appreciated the criticism I got. It hurt me a little bit, but I appreciated it over time. So I don't know, maybe writing this much and just that YouTubing journey has made me a very self-satiated person. Like, I just enjoy life at this point.
If you have to build a business as a creator and influence as a creator, how much of dependency is there on these platforms?
It's a lot. You have to play to the algorithm. It's that whole one for the dinner table, one for the soul thing. People underestimate how much human culture and the human mind on an average is affected because of short content. Reels, shorts, it's changing how human beings live, think, consume. The advantage of doing YouTube and social media this long is we have a lot of data. So we get a macro view on what's going to happen a year from now. And most of the times at this stage, our guesses are right. The new generation, I'm not talking about Gen Z, the one after them, born after 2005, they're a more interactive generation. Like how many people here have seen Black Mirror on Netflix? Okay. I highly recommend that everyone go watch Black Mirror. Yuval Noah Harari, the guy who wrote Sapiens, said that Black Mirror is a very accurately made show. It's about the near future. It's a horror show where the ghost is technology. So technology is the villain. That kind of stuff is happening. Black Mirror did an episode called Bandersnatch where you as the viewer get to decide the outcomes of the show. Like by clicking on, okay, does the character have to do this or that? That's the kind of content that's the future. Now, I don't know how that's going to translate to cinema viewing because it's extremely individualistic. Times and culture are changing and lots of people think that movies and cinema will never become irrelevant. My response, and I hope it doesn't become irrelevant, but my response is that if you see the 3 lakh years of the human story, like Homo sapiens have been around for 3 lakh years, cinema has been around for about 120, 130 years. Which is not that long. And even cinema itself changed the previous culture. So there are changes that are about to happen and they're happening right in front of us. But, you know, times are moving fast. So my point of saying all this is that social media is an extremely fast world. Be present on 2 or more platforms and anticipate there'll be changes that will make you want to throw up if you're a social media creator. Things change that rapidly. Like you'll have built a system to create long form content. Tomorrow short form content will be the hot take. So many YouTubers have stopped YouTubing because of this. They're just demotivated that we spent years building what we built and now the algorithm doesn't even push out our stuff, which has taken years to perfect. So do you complain in such a situation or do you adapt? And there's no right answer because even to adapt, there is a big trade-off. Like my older friends who've done YouTube for a while, they have families now. They, you know, have other responsibilities. Their priorities are changed. They're not ready to adapt. And we're going to see lots of these tsunamis of change in the world of social media. So if you're entering that world, you have to just be ready to completely change up. And this, anything that applies to social media also applies to the world of brands, digital marketing, social media marketing, etc. So we're on the brink of change all the time.